Practical tips for beginner public speakers. Whether you are a professional and you're being asked to present at work and it's a skill set you're trying to polish up, or you are an entrepreneur moving into a speaking role, here are some practical tips that when implemented are going to make a huge impact on your presentation right away. So let's get into it. Tip number one is your mindset before you even begin your presentation or speech. When we are nervous, our body reacts exactly the same way as when we're excited. It's that fight or flight response, that excess adrenaline in the body. So if you're having negative thoughts and you're telling yourself, I'm nervous, I'm nervous, I'm nervous, I want you to switch your mindset into, I'm ready, I'm excited, I'm prepared, I'm excited, I'm ready to go, and amp yourself up with your internal dialogue. Tip number two, just before you're about to start your presentation, make sure you take a couple of deep breaths in. If you are drinking, I recommend you drink water at room temperature, just to lubricate the voice cords. Very, very important, particularly if you're going to be speaking for a very long period of time. Then you're now getting ready to step onto that stage. So tip number three, take a deep breath in, and as you walk out, you're going to say your first sentence of your presentation. You're going to expel all the air out of your lungs. So you're going to take a breath in. Public speaking changed my life. And then you carry on. Tip number four. We are simply going to ground our feet. Find your place on your stage or up front where you're giving your presentation and ground your feet. I want you to think of yourself as a lightning rod. That any energy, excess adrenaline that you have is coming through your body and it's being expelled through your feet, grounding you into the floor. Now ladies, those of you that like to wear high heels when presenting, I am one of them, you've got to consider the height of your high heel. Too high and you're going to be unstable and you're going to shift from side to side. It's going to make you look like you're nervous and you're not. You're just in the wrong pair of shoes. So consider the height of your heels. Ankle straps also help. But by grounding ourselves, we're able to eliminate some of the fidgety behavior. Tip number five, smile. Simply smile. Smile relaxes you physiologically as well as relaxes the audience. Now, before your presentation, when you are practicing at home, I want you to practice saying it with a ridiculous smile on your face. I look probably a little bit scary right now, and this isn't how I'm going to present the whole way through. But by over-dramatizing it when you're practicing, when you get into the rhythm of actually doing your presentation, you won't smile that much, but you'll remember to smile. Find those moments where you can, even if your topic is somber. There will be moments where you can connect with the audience with a great big smile on your face. It relaxes them, it relaxes you, and it also gives you a moment to pause and breathe. Which brings us on to our next tip, the power of the pause. Pauses are incredibly powerful in public speaking when used at the appropriate time. If you pause after every sentence, that just becomes part of your cadence and it doesn't have the same impact. But by providing this variety in the way that you're speaking, it helps to re-engage the audience. So if I was speaking at one pace and all of a sudden I stop, their brains switch on if they have switched off. So that's one big benefit. The other one is it allows the audience to actually digest what you have just said. So really good to do it after one of your key points is to have that pause in place. Another great advantage to the pause is that it gives you a moment to breathe. So if you find that your voice is shaky, give a wow statement and pause and allow yourself to breathe in and out, steadying those nerves. Now, expert level up, when you're pausing, you can smile and nod, but really what you're doing is you're assessing the reactions of your audience to what you just said. And this can help you to pivot on where you're going to focus in your presentation. Our last tip is the script itself. Scripting is important. Of course, you're going to give a presentation, you put some thought into it, but you really want to make sure that your notes don't come with you onto your stage. And your deck, your presentation, your slides, that's not the notes either. Turning around to talk to notes, see how my mouth has moved away? The volume changes. I lose eye contact. People don't want to see you referring to your slideshow as if those are the notes. It's kind of like a parachute, your script, that isn't really going to help you in the end. You're going to get tangled up in it as you are plummeting down. No, I'm just kidding. So what you want to do is you want to practice your presentation. You want to slowly reduce your notes as you're practicing at home. You want to have bullet point ideas that you're going to talk about, and then you want to deliver it in a conversational manner. Here's the key component. Your audience does not know that you forgot to mention one particular point. What they do remember is the beginning and the end in terms of the information that they're receiving. But more importantly, they remember the feeling that you gave them well after the presentation is done. And so rather be shorter, more concise, than get nervous and go off on these random tangents. Remember, leave them with a positive feeling. That is the best way to execute. If you'd like me to do a video on scripting itself and how to move through the phases of a full script into bullet points and then into actually doing it with no notes, leave me a comment down below. I wish you luck for your presentation coming up, and thanks for watching.